If you're watching this, there's probably something going on in your relationship that you haven't fully said out loud yet. Maybe the closeness isn't there the way it used to be. Maybe affection feels a little off, a little awkward. Maybe intimacy has become something you avoid or something that feels loaded with pressure. And maybe the hardest part is that you still love each other. This isn't about falling out of love, it's about something quieter than that, a drift. And if you've been living inside that drift for a while, even just a few months, you already know it doesn't fix itself. My name is Dr. Viviana Coles. I'm a relationship and sex therapist, and I've spent the last 20 plus years sitting with real couples inside this exact experience. Not couples who stopped caring, couples who cared deeply but couldn't figure out how to close the distance between them. What I want to share with you today is what I've learned from all of those couples about what actually works and what doesn't. Here's what most couples try when they notice the drift. They have the conversation, the one where you say, I feel like we're not connected. And it either turns into an argument or nothing really changes. Or they try date nights, which are lovely, but you can sit across from each other for 2 hours and still feel completely far apart. Or they try harder, more effort, more patience, more checking in, and nothing shifts. Not because they aren't trying hard enough, but because effort without a clear direction doesn't create change. It creates exhaustion. What I've found after working with couples for more than 20 years is that reconnection isn't something that happens naturally once the distance has set in. It requires a process, a specific sequence that helps couples rebuild connection in the right order instead of continuing to guess their way through the same painful pattern. That's what I built the Dr. Viviana Method for Intimate Reconnection around. It's a 6 week structured process for couples, and I want to tell you exactly what it does because I think structured process can sound clinical. This isn't. Here's how it works. First, we focus on helping the two of you understand what has been getting in the way of connection in your relationship. Not just the symptoms, but the actual patterns underneath the distance. Then we work on rebuilding the emotional foundation that makes physical closeness feel more possible, more natural, and less loaded. From there, I guide you step by step through reintroducing affection, closeness, and intimate connection in a way that is intentional and doable. And week by week, you build toward a more connected and satisfying relationship emotionally and physically. This program is designed to be done at home together as a couple. That's important because the goal isn't for one person to carry the whole relationship on their back. The goal is for both of you to have a clear path back to each other. And this is a guided process. You're not left guessing. I tell you exactly what to do step by step so you can rebuild connection with clarity and momentum. You don't need to have a perfect relationship to begin. You just need to be willing to follow the process. Let me tell you about the kind of couples I see all the time. Some are couples who still function well on paper. They co parent, they manage the house, handle responsibilities, and maybe even get along fine. But underneath all of that, they've lost their sense of us. They feel more like teammates or roommates than romantic partners. Others are couples who still love each other deeply, but every conversation about intimacy feels tense, disappointing, awkward, or loaded. So instead of fixing it, they avoid it. Both couples often think they're stuck. They're not. What they need isn't more guessing. They need a process that helps them reconnect in the right order with the right kind of guidance. Now, I want to speak to a few things that might be going through your mind. We've tried things before and nothing worked. I get that. But most of what couples try is either too vague, too surface level, or too pressure filled to create change. This program is different because it gives you a clear path to follow together. What if things have felt off for a long time? That is exactly why structure matters. When you've been disconnected for a while, you don't need more hope without a plan. You need a plan you can actually follow. Is this right for us? This program is for couples who still care about each other, who want more closeness, and who are willing to stop pretending this part of the relationship is going to fix itself. The Dr. Viviana Method for Intimate Reconnection is $497, and that price is not accidental, it is intentional. I wanted to create something that felt truly accessible for most couples because too many people wait too long to get help simply because private support can feel financially out of reach. In my practice, couples often spend nearly $3,000 or more to get this level of guidance from me in person. This program gives you access to my method, my structure, and my step-by-step direction in a way that is far more affordable, far more convenient, and still deeply valuable. So yes, the price is lower than private work with me, That is the point. I wanted more couples to be able to get the help they need before the distance gets worse. Here's what I want to leave you with. The couples who find their way here usually fall into one of two groups. The first group decides to do something real about the distance. They stop waiting for a better mood, a better season, or a magical turning point, and they begin the process of reconnecting. The second group waits. They tell themselves things aren't that bad, or that life is just busy right now, or that they'll deal with it later. And later has a way of turning into more distance, more awkwardness, more resentment, and more wondering how the two of you got here. I'm not saying that to pressure you. I'm saying it because I've seen it happen for years. If you're ready for a clear, guided path back to each other, the link below this video will take you directly to the program page. Everything is explained there. If it's the right fit for you and your relationship, I'd love to help you get started. I'll see you inside.